The Mayor of Calais seems to want to blame the present ongoing migrant problem on our over-generous benefits system. Is she right?
She gave evidence this week and said, you come to Britain, you get £36 a week as an asylum seeker, and you get nothing in France, and that's why they're all coming over here, and it's therefore Britain's fault. Anthony Horowitz.
Well, she's right to the extent that £36 a week, which I think is the figure in question, does seem an enormous amount of money to somebody who doesn't know, to somebody who is in a country far away and who believes that that is worth having. She is wrong, however, in blaming us for this problem. It's a worldwide problem, first of all. It's not just our problem. And it goes back, I think, to the first question again. This is a wonderful country to come to. Immigrants from all over the world know that they will be well treated here because of the sort of country we are. That is why they're trying to come here. It is not simply to pick up a little pocket full of benefits.
Okay. Susan Cramer, can you keep it as brief as Anthony did? Thank you, Anthony.
Well, first of all, I find her statement astonishing because actually in France you get nearly double the amount as an asylum seeker. It's over £61 for a single person.
The point is you don't get it straight away.
Well, but you get it very quickly.
Not very quickly, that's her whole point. You don't get it very quickly. You wait, they get the paperwork and they just sit on it for months.
Well, that's one of the things that we see is that over twice the number of people that seek asylum seek it in France than do in the UK. Yeah. So in terms of the benefit being a pull, that just strikes me almost as
irrelevant. So what was she on about?
Well, I think Calais is struggling to take responsibility, frankly, for how it handles what is acceptably a problem. It needs to work much more closely with us in the UK. It needs to take a much more proactive role in all of this. And I do think, frankly, for the Mayor of Calais, she is attempting to some degree to wash her hands of this and just be willing to have this turn into a British problem. And she needs to be a good European and work with us to make sure that it isn't a problem either for France or the UK. And I'm very sad that she isn't taking that attitude.
Yes. To answer the specific question, I don't think they're coming just for the £36. It's picking up the previous question which I didn't answer. This is a wonderful country to live in. We should be very proud of being British and having made a successful country to which people are very keen to come because we're successful. What this is a symptom of globalization. And what we need to do is to ensure there is free trade around, ensure there's prosperity, not have idiotic things like the European Union subsidizing fishing boats, destroying livelihoods in Africa on the west and east coast, depriving people of prosperity, so they look to us as a place to come. That is really important. This is a massive global problem, and this is a symptom. And the £36 is incidental. We've toughened up on the benefits, but we have to recognise how there's this massive discrepancy. We're a successful country as we are, and some of our anti-free trade policies are driving people out of jobs in North Africa and West Africa, East Africa. Then they will try and come here. So we want more prosperity and more free trade around the world. Caroline.
Well, I don't think they're coming for benefits, and in fact the evidence is that once they get here they actually do want jobs. That's what they're coming for. But actually what they're coming from is desperate situations, and that is something I think we need to look at. The fact they're coming from places like Syria and Iraq and Eritrea. When you read some of the stories of the incredible journeys these people have, the way in which they put their lives at risk, not just on the boats that come over the Mediterranean, but also before they get to that point, perhaps in Eritrea, for example, in Eritrea I was reading about them being in prison camps and having to escape from that and then walking 15 days across the Sahara Desert. The idea that our benefit level is going to be the thing that is attracting them, I think, is just cuckoo land. But I do worry deeply that the concern around this is leading to all kinds of really hyperbolic rhetoric and is also leading to what I think is an absolutely terrible decision that's been made this week about Britain pulling its money out of that search and rescue system of Patterson talks about how proud we are to be British and the British record that we have, and I'm proud to be British, but I'm not proud when I see that, because essentially what David Cameron is doing is using people's lives as a political football. We should be proud and help people in distress, not consign them to the seas where we know that they're going to lose their lives. So I think that this decision is utterly undermining the fundamental principles that we want to aspire to in Britain and in the EU.
That is a terrible misrepresentation of what's happened.
Is it?
Yes. The Italian Navy have been working more people at risk.
This is an example of David Cameron trying to out-UKIP once again, and it is an absolute travesty, I think, of what Britain is about.
That is most unfair and inaccurate. What you are not doing is recognising the grotesque, brutal cynicism and cruelty of these traffickers.
I agree with you.
That's why we need to work far more, and he was touching on this, all the cyclical globalisation. We need to be working far more with these countries, encouraging prosperity.
All right.
We're trashing the fishing community.
Just from her.
Well, throughout this debate, we've confused asylum and immigration, and we shouldn't do that because they're two very different things. And this is the week, actually, when the Czech Republic honoured a really special man in British history, Sir Nicholas Winton, who, 105 years old during World War II, he was the British Schindler. He saved young Jewish kids in Czechoslovakia, sending them back to Britain. And that is the spirit of Britain. That is what we're about. And that's why I share with Caroline a great deal of distress over what's happening in the Mediterranean. But we also have to have really effective borders. We can't have the free movement of benefits across the European Union. We can't have people coming here and then sending benefits back to Poland. That's not how it works. That's not what we signed up to in Europe. I believe in the free movement of labour. That's part of what the European Union is about. We've benefited from here in the UK, and Frida's own pet, people going over to Germany during those years, people living in Spain today. But we need some effective border systems, count them in, count them out, make sure there's not abuse of benefits, but we also need to retain our great historic dignity when it comes to providing asylum for those in need.
We have got time for